Good morning, Doug.
Good morning. Thank you for letting me check early.
Can't hear you, Doug. Wait.
Thank you for letting me check early.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Doug, we all set for 11, or do you need that invite as well?
I think I need that invite as well.
All right, I'll send it to you as soon as we're done here.
That'll be fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Mr. Sheehan. Good morning, everybody. It looks like we got everybody here, I think. OPC staff and...
I think we're still missing Mr. Riley.
Okay.
He emailed me a little while ago saying he didn't have the link to the WebEx link
Okay.
to this. I tried sending him the invitation, but I'm not sure if he received it or not.
Okay. I will go in and I can resend that now.
There's Mr. Riley.
Okay. All right. Okay, so is that so are we all good to go?
We're okay, but I'm getting an echo, Your Honor.
All right, let's all right, how's that? Nope, somebody's...
Nope.
You're muted. You can press *6 anytime to unmute yourself.
Somebody might be.
that.
That's better.
Okay. All right.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can.
Before we start, Judge, is it just curious, is it your plan to, and thank you for stepping in, is it your plan, are we going to start this hearing at 10 and then wait until 11 to start the next one?
That would be my plan, just because I would imagine that's how they were advertised.
Yes.
I mean, if they weren't advertised, I'd say we go ahead and plow through them, yeah, so we'll have to wait till 11 and reconvene.
Thank you.
Okay.
I thought so. Just asking.
No problem. All right, Doug, we ready to go?
You're on the record, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Chuck McLean. I'm the Chief Public Utility Law Judge at the Maryland Public Service Commission. It's December 17th, 2020, approximately 10 a.m. We're here for a case or a hearing in case number 95-13-0, which is captioned in the matter of the continuing investigation of the purchase gas adjustment charges of Chesapeake Utilities Corporation, Maryland Division. We can start with appearances. We can start with the company.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Quinn on behalf of Chesapeake, and I have two witnesses today that I'll call and name later.
All right. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
OPC.
Good morning, Your Honor. Philip Sheehan for the Office of People's Counsel. OPC has no witnesses today.
Good morning, sir. And staff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lloyd Spivak for the commission staff. We have two witnesses, Mr. Mark Riley and Ms. Olivia Kuykendall.
All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Quinn, are you kicking things off today?
Yes, Your Honor, and thank you. Brian Quinn on behalf of Chesapeake. Just one preliminary matter, Your Honor, is the affidavits of publication.
Yes, sir.
We filed the affidavits of publication in the docket on December 10th, 2020. And with your permission, I'd like them to be marked as Chesapeake Exhibit Number 1.
They'll be so marked.
The affidavits are in accordance with the law judge's September 3rd, 2020 notice of hearing, and they include newspaper notices and screenshots of website and social media advertisements of today's evidentiary hearing.
All right. Thank you, sir.
With that, Your Honor, I'd like to move Chesapeake Exhibit 1 into evidence.
All right. Any objections to Chesapeake 1?
No objection.
Thank you, gentlemen. Chesapeake 1's admitted.
Your Honor, with that, I'd like to call the company's first witness, Jeremy Schneider, please.
All right. Mr. Schneider, can I get you to raise your right hand? Oh, there you are. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Quinn?
Thank you, Mr. Schneider. Judge, should he spell his name for the record or for the court reporter?
Yes, you should. Yes, please.
Sure. Jeremy, Jeremy, Schneider, Schneider.
Thank you, Mr. Schneider. Again, Brian Quinn on behalf of the company, Your Honor. Mr. Schneider, do you have in front of you a document that has a cover page entitled Direct Testimony of Jeremy C. Schneider on behalf of Chesapeake Utilities Corporation?
I do.
Does that document consist of, including a cover page, a total of 8 pages of question and answer testimony and
Correct.
two exhibits, JCS 1, which is 1 page, and JCS-2, which is 4 pages?
It does.
Is this document entitled, or was this your testimony filed in case number 951030?
It is. Yep.
Was this document prepared by you or under your direct supervision?
It was.
If the questions were asked of you today that are in this document, would your answers be the same?
Correct.
And do you adopt this testimony as your sworn testimony here today?
I do.
Your Honor, I'd like to have the direct testimony of Jeremy Schneider marked as Chesapeake Exhibit Number 2A. And with that, I'd like to move Exhibit 2A into the record.
Your Honor, you were muted.
Thank you, Mr. Spivak. Any objection? It's Chesapeake 2A is marked. Any objections?
OPC does
No
not.
objection.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. 2A is admitted. Mr. Quinn?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Schneider, do you have another document in front of you that consists of a cover page and a total of 5 pages of question and answer testimony with one exhibit entitled JCS 1 Amended?
I do.
Was this document prepared by you or under your direct supervision?
It was.
Is this document entitled Amended Direct Testimony of Jeremy C. Schneider?
It is.
Did you file this on December 10th, 2020 in this case?
I did.
If these questions were asked of you today, would your answers remain the same?
Yes, it would.
Do you have any changes or edits you'd like to make to this amended direct testimony?
No.
And do you adopt this testimony as your sworn testimony here today?
Correct. Yes.
Your Honor, I'd like to have Mr. Schneider's amended direct testimony marked as Chesapeake Exhibit 2B and
It should be
moved
so
into
marked.
and respectfully request it be moved into the evidence.
Any objections to 2B?
No objection, Your Honor.
OPC doesn't object, Your Honor.
Thank you, gentlemen. 2B is admitted.
Your Honor, that's all the written direct testimony we have from Mr. Schneider, and with that, the witness is available for cross-examination.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sheehan? Do you have any cross-examination, sir?
I have no questions for Mr. Schneider. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Spivak?
No cross, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Mr. Schneider.
Good morning, Judge.
I was just wondering if you could kind of walk me through the errata that you filed and the error. If you could just help me out with that, please.
Correct. Certainly. So that was discovered during a round of staff's data requests. And so basically through the GSR, we have the set revenue normalization mechanism with the set revenue normalization numbers that we can collect. And how that's done is in a 3-month lag. So that is update. So the GSR is updated quarterly, and then the previous 3 months are used for that revenue normalization, those figures. And in the filing, it was inadvertently left as the Q2 values. And through the data requests, the carryover of those values were discovered, corrected, carried through all the ACA schedules, and which gets us to that final ACA value.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Is there anything about the now there was a over collection this year? Is that correct for the PGA?
Correct.
And is there anything in terms of the amount that was over collected? And is that greater than what has been seen in the past, or is this not a large swing for Chesapeake?
I wouldn't classify it as a large swing. This was mostly caused by AMA credits that were new mid-period and are included in this. Other than that, I would say this is pretty standard.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Quinn, do you have any questions based on mine, sir?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Sheehan?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Spivak?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much for your testimony, Mr. Schneider.
Thank you.
Mr. Quinn?
Your Honor, thank you. I'd like to call Chesapeake's second and final witness for today, Mr. Will Chris, to the stand.
Sir, if I get you to raise your right hand, please. You swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. And can you state and spell your name, please, for the record?
Yes, William R. Chris, WILLIAMRKRISS.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Quinn?
Thank you again, Your Honor. Mr. Chris, do you have in front of you a document entitled Direct Testimony of William Chris in case number 95130, pardon me?
I do.
Does this document consist of a cover page and a total of 9 pages of Q&A testimony?
It does.
Is this document dated November 20th, 2020?
It is.
Was your direct testimony prepared by you or under your direct supervision?
It was.
Are there any changes or corrections you'd like to make to your direct testimony, Mr. Chris?
There are none.
If I asked you these questions today, would your answers be the same then?
I would. They would.
And do you adopt this written direct testimony dated November 20th, 2020 as your sworn testimony in this case here today?
I do.
Your Honor, can I have Mr. Chris's direct testimony marked as Chesapeake Exhibit number 3 and moved into the record?
It shall be so marked. Any objections to Chesapeake 3?
No objection.
No objection.
Your Honor.
3 is admitted.
Mr. Chris is available for cross-examination, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sheehan?
I have no questions for Mr. Chris this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Spivak?
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. And I have no questions either. Thank you very much for being here, Mr. Chris.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, Brian Quinn on behalf of the company, that concludes our presentation today.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Spivak?
Thank you, Your Honor. The commission staff calls Mark Riley, please.
Morning, Mr. Riley. Can I get you to raise your right hand, please? You swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. Can you please state and spell your name, please?
Mark Riley. MarkRielly.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Spivak?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Riley.
Good morning.
Do you have in front of you a document captioned in Commission Case number 95130 entitled Direct Testimony and Schedules of Mark Riley on behalf of the staff of the Public Service Commission of Maryland, dated December 15th?
Yes.
Does this document consist of 8 pages of question and answer testimony, 1 attachment, and 4 schedules?
Yes.
Did you prepare this document, or was it prepared under your direct supervision?
I prepared the document.
If the questions were asked of you today as they are asked in this document, would your answers be the same?
Yes.
Do you have any additions, deletions, or other corrections you need to make at this time?
No.
Do you adopt this document as part of your sworn testimony in this proceeding?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff requests that Mr. Riley's direct testimony and schedules be marked as Staff Exhibit 1, and further moves that it be admitted into the evidentiary record.
All right, it shall be so marked. Any objections to staff 1?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection.
Staff 1's admitted.
The witness is available for cross-examination.
Mr. Quinn?
No questions for Mr. Riley. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sheehan?
I don't have any questions for Mr. Riley this
Okay.
morning.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I just have a couple quick questions for you. Mr. Riley, would you agree with Mr. Schneider's testimony that that there's nothing kind of out of the ordinary for this year's PGA in terms of the swing in terms of the credit, sir?
I agree with the statement.
Okay. And you obviously agree with the numbers, the final numbers as well?
I agree with the ACA rate. We have a slight difference of adjustment how it was calculated. Essentially, his calculation rate, he went out to about 8 digits and we just went out to 4.
Okay. Okay. But
So it's
you're
off
happy.
by about $11.
Okay, but the four decimal places, that's acceptable to staff?
We went out to 4. He went out to about 8.
Right, okay, but in the grand scheme of things, is
It doesn't affect the rate,
okay, yeah, so
the
we're
important part.
as close as we need to be, so to speak?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you very much, Mr. Riley. Mr. Spivak, any questions based on mine?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Quinn?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Sheehan?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Riley. Mr. Spivak?
The commission staff calls Olivia Kuykendall to the stand, please. Good morning, Ms. Kuykendall.
Morning.
Take it, Tracy. Can you, do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Can you please state your name and spell it, please, for the record?
Sure. My name is Olivia Kirkendall. It's spelled Olivia. Last name spelled Kuykendall.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Spivak?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Kuykendall, do you have in front of you a document captioned in case 9513-0 entitled Confidential Direct Testimony and Exhibits of Olivia Kuykendall on behalf of the staff of the Public Service Commission of Maryland and dated December 15th?
Yes.
Does the document consist of 3 pages of question and answer testimony, one attached exhibit,
Yes.
and I believe it is 4 separate exhibits?
I believe there's 4 total exhibits, but there's 3 separately attached exhibits.
And the separately attached exhibits are all confidential, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you prepare this document or was it prepared under your direct supervision?
Yes.
Do you have any additions, deletions, or other corrections you would like to make at this time?
No, I do not.
If the questions were asked of you today as they were asked in this document, would your answers be the same?
Yes, they would.
And do you adopt this document as part of your sworn testimony in this proceeding?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, staff requests that Ms. Kuykendall's confidential direct testimony and exhibits be marked as Staff Exhibit 2C.
It will be so marked. Oh, it will be so marked. Any objection? Oh, I'm sorry, jumping ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Spivak.
Ms. Kuykendall, do you also have in front of you a document captioned in case 9513-0 entitled Public Direct Testimony and Exhibits of Olivia Kuykendall on behalf of the staff of the Public Service Commission, Maryland, dated December 15th?
Yes, I do.
And does this document also consist of 3 pages of question and answer testimony and 1 attached exhibit?
Yes.
Do you have any additions, deletions, or other corrections you would like to make at this time?
No, I do not.
Was this document prepared by you or under your direct supervision?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And if the questions were asked you today as they are asked in this document, would your answers be the same?
Yes.
And do you adopt this document as part of your sworn testimony in this proceeding?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, staff requests that Ms. Kuykendall's public direct testimony and exhibits be marked as Staff Exhibit 2, and further staff moves that Staff Exhibits 2 and 2C be admitted into the evidentiary record.
All right, her direct is marked as Staff 2 for identification. Any objections to 2 and 2C?
No objection from OPC, Your Honor.
I'm assuming no, Mr. Quinn? You're muted, sir.
Company has no objection to either. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. 2 and 2C are admitted.
And the witness is available for cross-examination.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Quinn?
No questions for Ms. Kirkendall. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Sheehan?
I have no questions for Ms. Kirkendall.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I have no questions either.
Thank you.
That concludes staff's presentation, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else before we wrap up?
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much for a quick and easy hearing. I appreciate it. And we'll see some of you back at 11.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're off the record, Your Honor.
Thanks, Doug.